Welcome to The Explainer. The day we've literally all been waiting for is finally here. Almost 5 years after that absolute killer of a cliffhanger in Spider-Man No Way Home, Peter Parker has swung back into theaters with the fourth Tom Holland film, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Today, we are going full spoiler mode. We're going to unpack every explosive detail of that ending, break down that wild cosmic post-credits scene, and piece together exactly what this all means for the future of the MCU. If you've been looking for a logical way to untangle all these mind-bending secrets, you are in exactly the right place. Here is our spoiler-heavy roadmap for today. First, we've got the Jean Grey reveal, then Peter's brand new perspective. After that, Spidey goes to space, and finally, we'll hit those unresolved MCU threads. Section 1. The Jean Grey reveal. Going into the theater, this was the absolute burning question, right? Who is Sadie Sink actually playing? The speculation leading up to this was totally wild. People saw the red hair and immediately guessed a new variant of Mary Jane. Her abilities teased something way bigger, but honestly, we've all been burned by misdirections before, so fans were cautious. And the movie plays at that tension perfectly, keeping her true identity completely under wraps for a huge chunk of the runtime. But man, that payoff is massive. When Peter finally snaps a photo of her and runs it through his database, the truth drops. The craziest rumors were right, she is Jean Grey. And the specific way he figures this out is just brilliant. It happens while she is desperately searching for her sister, Sarah Grey. It's such an incredibly grounded, emotionally driven way to drop one of the biggest names in comic book history right into Peter's lap. Now think about the ripple effect here. Jean Grey is one of the most famous, most powerful X-Men out there. So by bringing her in, Brand New Day isn't just a Spider-Man sequel, it effectively becomes an X-Men prequel. Remember when Marvel Studios didn't announce a single X-Men casting at Comic-Con? Yeah, they were absolutely protecting this exact reveal. And at the end of the film, we see Jean on a bus heading upstate. It's pretty safe to theorize she's heading straight for Westchester to check into Charles Xavier's school. Let's look at how the relationship actually evolves, because it brilliantly anchors all this superhero spectacle to some really deep, relatable emotional stakes. Step 1. They initially clash, but quickly bond over their immense shared trauma. Step 2. In a deeply heroic, gut-wrenching moment, Peter literally takes a bullet to save Jean's life. And Step 3. In return, Jean uses her incredible abilities to act as a psychic ventilator, keeping Peter alive while his body physically heals from the gunshot wound. It's this intense, life-saving dynamic that leaves them perfectly even as friends by the time she gets on that bus. But while Peter is out here making incredibly powerful new friends, his status in the wider superhero community has completely flipped. Take a look at this hilarious quote from Florence Pugh's Yelena. She calls Spider-Man's activities small potatoes compared to the new Avengers' big potatoes. Since everyone's memories of Peter Parker were wiped, he's no longer a known quantity to the big leagues. He's just some kid in a mask helping out around the city. And this perfectly answers the question of why he's been completely MIA during other New York MCU events, like Daredevil Born Again or the Thunderbolts. Section 2. A brand new perspective. This brings us to the real emotional core of Peter's journey. For the past 4 years, Peter has been trapped in total isolation, carrying his trauma and living this solitary life as Spider-Man. But after everything with Jean and barely surviving that gunshot, something shifts. He gains a brand new perspective. Standing at Aunt May's grave, he finally admits out loud that he simply doesn't want to do this alone anymore. He is officially ready to open himself up to friendship again. And we get to see that decision pay off immediately in that phenomenal final scene. Peter spots his old best friend, Ned, in a bodega. It feels like a total coincidence, but when Peter walks up to him, something incredible happens. Ned subconsciously does their old secret handshake. Because he's armed with the intel he got from MJ earlier about Spider-Man's real name, Ned's brain officially puts all the pieces together the second Peter introduces himself. He realizes his new friend is Spider-Man. Just like that, the isolation is over. Section 3. Spidey goes to space. Okay, we have to talk about that mind-blowing post-credit scene. The credits roll, and we cut back to Ned's trusty Spidey tracker. It's searching for Peter, but he's nowhere near New York. We watch this blinking dot go straight up into the sky, exit Earth's atmosphere, and blast right past the moon into deep space. It is absolutely wild. The ultimate question now is, who in the world is he with, and what is his cosmic destination? Well, this cliffhanger builds a direct bridge to the concrete MCU future. Looking at the timeline, we have 2 massive release windows coming up fast. It's highly probable we're going to find out exactly where Spidey went, either this December in Avengers Doomsday or next December in Secret Wars.
Peter wanting to be around people again wasn't just about hanging out at the bodega, he's literally rejoining the wider universe of heroes.
Section 4. Unresolved MCU Threads.
Before we wrap up, let's quickly tick through the massive threads still left dangling. On a personal level, it's pretty heartbreaking. MJ finally knows his past, but admits she doesn't love him anymore. Ouch. Down on street level, Damage Control's Bill Metzger is still at large, even though New York City has finally embraced Spider-Man again. But maybe the biggest deal of all? Peter has biologically evolved, and that is incredibly convenient timing, considering Dr. Doom is well on his way.
Seriously, look at all the pieces on the board right now. Peter's got a biological upgrade, he's shooting past the moon, and global, maybe even multiversal level threats are brewing. With all these massive cosmic stakes on the horizon, we have to ask, is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man gone forever, or will Peter Parker always find his way back to the streets of New York? Thank you so much for diving into this explainer with me. I hope it helped untangle the incredible web of details from Brand New Day. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next one.